Hello, everybody. Teacher Bristol here. So I figured I was going to make a video with some of my favorite props and a couple of my favorite little items that I used either every class or almost every single class. So I just finished some really awesome classes. I feel like I am on a roll today. I wanted to go ahead and make a video showing some of my favorite props and as well as some of my students' favorite props. Some of the things that I think pretty much every VIP kid teacher could benefit from. So in my classroom, I do have a tendency to use a lot of props. But there are a couple of props I consistently use every single class, or that I will consistently use, maybe not every single class, but I'm using it every day or at least every other day. And these are the props that I would definitely recommend having. So one of the props that I use, especially in all of my level 2 classes, I even use them with some of my level 3 classes, especially my more involved students. I have a microphone. So I use this every single class for my level 2 classes that have the warm up, that have the songs. All of my students absolutely love it when I do insane, crazy things with it. As well as for my younger students or for my trial class students, it helps teach them the process of I say something and then they say something and then I say something and then they say something. By turning the microphone to myself, that is a cue to the student, it's my turn, and then turning the microphone to them, it's it's your turn, you can sing now or you can say something. Some of my younger level 2 students still don't cut the concept of me saying something and then they saying something. They just sit there and go at the screen. So I have started implementing using the microphone even with just simply speaking with my students to encourage them to be able to, oh, I'm supposed to say something now. Some of those younger ones, those 5-year-olds just don't get that concept quite yet. And it's okay, they're learning. Another one of my props that I use almost every single class that my students absolutely die laughing at. Some of them is my gigantic apple. I'm not going to lie. I use this a lot. I use it more than I probably should, but I always find a way to use it in almost every lesson, especially if it's a lesson about food, if it's a lesson about something big or small. I have this gigantic apple. I am a teacher in an actual preschool classroom, and I had a parent give this to me for Teachers Appreciation. They filled it with caramel, so it was a caramel apple, but I have used it consistently at least every day, just about. My students love it. They love laughing at my gigantic apple. I use it for so many things. I use it to teach red. I use it to teach fruit. I use it to teach big. I use it to teach broken because my apple is broken, as well as I teach them in and out. So I teach them out, in, out, in, and my students get that visual without me doing anything too super crazy. Something else that I use a lot for my UAs, and it's super simple and super easy to have around, are 3 pictures. So these are super simple. Print them out, laminate, slap a little bit of magnet on the back. I have a picture of Mike. I have a picture of Meg. And of course, you have to have a picture of Dino. How can you not have a picture of Dino? So I use this for my UAs, that I will actually draw the quote unquote map on here that I will draw, that I'm like, okay, we have 5 levels today. So 1, and I get them to count with me. Younger level 2s, this is really important because it actually helps teach them the process of the counting too. And it's a good visual for them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you are done. So I will let them pick Meg, Mike, or Dino, and no lie, about 90% of my students pick Dino. Dino will hang out on the level that they are on. And when they finish a level, Dino, level up. Dino, level up. And each level they get to pick something depending on what the UA is. Sometimes I just do colors. Sometimes I do shapes. Some of the level 3 ones where they'll have pictures of something, they like that. fruits and vegetables. They love me drawing them. I cannot draw, no lie, but I have some students that just like die laughing. So I just plop that up there and they get to see that. Something else, example one right here, something that you use every single class is a whiteboard. I know lie, I have 3, and I think I need to get another one. But get a magnet whiteboard, and anything you don't have prop wise, ta-da, now it becomes your prop. Now you have the opportunity to take this with you if you're traveling for a traveling VIPKID teacher, which I am occasion a traveling VIPKID teacher, not too much. It becomes everything, as well as the students absolutely love when you draw something for them. I stink at drawing, so for me, I use it as comedic relief. But I have every color. What do you like? And some of my students, like when I draw their name, I use it to I teach letters. I use it for everything. But I do have back here, I have a metal oil drip pan, and so I use it as my magnets. I just magnetize everything and I pop everything up on my board. I love it. It's like $8 for that big magnet board. Something else that I use almost every single class is some form of food. You do not have to go crazy, get insane. This right here is an excellent prop, just a picture. So whether you pull it up on your phone or you have an actual picture, like something like this teaches them grow. It teaches them vegetable. It teaches them yellow. It teaches them green. It teaches them how something starts small and gets big. So just a picture, something simple, a picture. I use so many pictures. I have pictures of me. I have pictures of my family. Obviously have pictures of Dino, Meg, and Mike. But it's something that I highly recommend that you get a couple pictures of something. I have actual food items that I got from, no joke, the Dollar Tree that I use for rewards, as well as especially for those younger students where I'm like, did you eat today? What did you eat? And that's one that I can bring up, like I can bring out my whiteboard if I don't have it and draw what it may be. But some of those younger level 2 students, they need that visual to, connect. And honestly, it's how it is in a classroom too. Children are very visual and textile. So if they cannot be textile with that actual item, it's a good idea to have that visual. Pizza is something they have in China too. Something that I have yet to come across a child that doesn't understand what this is. So bringing out something like that, I use that a lot of times for a reward too. I'll be like, Dino, and then I'll pull out Dino, and Dino goes up here. Dino gets pizza. Dino just fell. Poor Dino. But so some form of food. It doesn't have to be as insane as I have. Like I said, I tend to be an over propper than an under propper. But something like that. You can use the whiteboard, but just having something, 1 or 2 pictures, your phone to pull up a picture, something like that. I do go crazy with props, no lie. But these are the props that I use consistently all the time. And then one last one. I use this mainly with my younger kids. I find it fun. I love it because I pull it out and almost every child is always like, oh! I have this enormous dog. This thing is huge. I use it to teach. I have a smaller dog too. I go big, small, thin, wide, short, long. I use all of those different things, and it's awesome also for my younger kids. That when I ask them certain questions and they are not responding well to me, I have the opportunity to pull out something like this. My students love it. I've yet to come across a student that goes, ah, when I pull it out, because it's so nice. This is Dixie Dose. This is named after my dog. I used to nanny for a family, and I took their oldest daughter to Hershey Park. She won this. They moved to Japan. She didn't want to take it with her. And she asked me if I wanted it. I was like, yes. She's the one who helped me name it Dixie Dose. But this is Dixie Dose. And Dixie Dose comes out almost every class, especially with my level 2 students. So those are my props upon props. I will do another video with some of my favorite rewards that I use all the time for my rewards. But so those are my favorite props, as well as just if you glance at your lessons super quick and you're like, oh, I could use this without it being crazy. Grab things from your house. Seriously, I live by myself. I have no kids. And yet I manage to find props all over my house all the time from things that either I used growing up and I still have for some reason, or that, something like grabbing a popsicle from the freezer when you're teaching a child melt. Um, Grabbing a piece of ice from the freezer if you don't have a popsicle to teach them melt. Grabbing something like when you're teaching big and small, grabbing just two random big and small things. So just glance at your lessons real quick. I have a tendency to not glance at them because I have overload of props, but especially my level threes and my level fours, I tend to like grab props from around the house. Um, but if you have any questions or if you would like to potentially sign up for VIPKID, which is an awesome job, I love it. Please sign up with my referral link and I will do everything that I can to help sign you up with the program. They're an amazing program, something that's an awesome, awesome job that I have absolutely loved. But please just let me know. I'll be happy to help. If you only have a question, please ask. I'm here to help. Just let me know. And until next time, goodbye. Bye bye.